Hey, this is Allie Edwards, and today I want to introduce you to the December Daily Journal. The idea behind this journal is to give you a home to both plan as well as document your holiday season with intention. This journal is about 6 by 9 in size, and it includes 120 pages, which I am going to walk you through now. It's a spiral-bound journal, and it has a chipboard front and back cover with gold foil on the front in polka dots with the December Daily logo on top there. Some of the pages within the journal itself are perforated, like this one, which is just a welcome note from me that you can easily either tear out of the rings itself or just tear out along the spiral there. So I'm going to go page by page through here and just talk a little bit about what's included. There's a table of contents which lists all of the planning pages as well as all of the story prompt pages. Probably hard to see on here, but if you go to the page in the shop, there is an image on there where you can see what all is included. The core message with this journal is the idea of a place to hold your stories, right? And I am giving you actual story prompts that lead you along the way. So we've got the reason why, we've got seasonal inspiration for you to make maybe a visual collage of the colors that you want to use this year, the color, whether or not you're doing a crafty December daily album, could be planning for within your house, those kinds of things as well. Also included are pages that are word art pages that look like this. These are perforated that you can easily just take out of the album, or you can leave them in as well. There's just a blank polka dot page for you. And then there is a monthly calendar, and this one you can use stamps, you could use numbers, stickers, you could stamp the date in here. It's undated, so it can work for this year, it could work for next year. It's really kind of up to you in terms of where you want to use it. Then there are 5 weekly spreads, Monday through Sunday, with some task list at the bottom. So there's 5 weeks included in here for that. Again, undated, so that you can add your own dates on there. Flip through these here. Then we've got some pages that just say Life in December, where you can list goals or projects or ideas, things that you might want to be keeping track of during the holiday season that could be story ideas as well. Another word art page. An invitation to find humor in the crazy, and each one of these prompt story-based pages have a little bit of additional information down below that is inviting you to tell a specific story. Here's one that says the one thing, what are you really wanting to focus on this particular season? There's an invitation for you to write about that. Then you can write about some December moments here, and again, the invitation is there for kind of some more specific ideas to think about. There is a December day in the life page if you wanted to track one day in your December, in the month of December, and another word art page there. The question of what is beautiful in your life right now and the opportunity to tell that story there. We've got a page that's a letter to yourself, to write a letter to yourself from this particular season. And there's also an opportunity to write a letter to a loved one. This does have a perforation down there so that you can easily tear it out of the album. An invitation to document what is joyful for you now. One of the things that those of you that have done December Daily for any number of years may recognize is a lot of these story prompts are things that I have included in my December Daily album in the past. Documenting joy is one of the things that I come back to again and again. So a lot of those story ideas are showing up in this journal as just an easy way to record those kinds of stories for the season. So I envision that some people will use this as a way to hold their stories that then may go into another album, a craftier album if you're wanting to do that with lots of pictures. Or maybe you just want to write this season. Maybe this time in your life, this is a more approachable way for you to both document and plan and then intentionally experience your season. This one is the story, and the invitation here is to just use one word to describe your season. Then we've got an around here page for potentially taking pictures. You can add pictures in here if you want and just glue them in. what things are popping up around your house. Maybe this is a visual list, maybe it's written words, ing words to document the season this year, a place to hold some quotes. Maybe there's a special quote that keeps coming up for you this holiday season. The opportunity to write a story about your tree. Again, these are all specifically listed in here and that are really easy to just flip to that page and be like, okay, today I'm going to tell that story. A question about giving and what are the processes that you go through for giving. And then we have a gift list for you here. This again is perforated that you can pull right out a couple pages of gift lists. Again, great for planning the season as well. Then we have a spot for you to write a little bit about your Christmas card this year. Maybe put in your Christmas card if you wanted to do that. And then we did give you some space to list who you may want to send Christmas cards to. Also gift wrapping, and then things that maybe you get in the mail. You could cut something out and put it right there. You could write on this page. Totally up to you. The invitation is there. That's really how I want you to view this journal, as an invitation to document a little bit more, to plan a little bit more, and to be able to intentionally experience the season in a way that you may want to. Weather, talking about the weather. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Do you have a collection that comes up for you? If you've taken my Storytelling with December Daily class, a lot of these prompts you'll see in the story prompt section of that class as well. They've come directly from that. So we've just really simplified the entire thing and distilled it down into the stories, right? Distilled it down into this opportunity to say, what is your story for this year? Another word art page, reminding you to bring in another voice. So what other perspective can you add to this season? Then we go into a little bit of a grocery and planning section. We've got grocery lists here. That is a perforated one that you can tear out front and back. The invitation to talk about what's on your menu. Do you have, are you eating something specific this year? Do you want to plan it out in this space? And then another one for baking, as well as a couple recipe pages that you can write down some recipes, maybe something new that you're trying this year that's different from the past, or a special family recipe that is something that you have every year, maybe only during the holidays. Also an invitation to talk about setting the table. What do you do for your table setting? Is it different every year? Is it the same every year? Write a little bit about gathering together. Who comes? Where do you go? If you don't have people come to your house, where do you go? Or if you don't, maybe what you did in the past, or what you're hoping for the future. An opportunity to write down conversations or things you may have overheard. Another quote page. Then there's a little bit to talk about what are you crafting? What things are you making this holiday season that you could document there? Then the night before Christmas, what does your Christmas Eve look like? You can document that in there. And then your Christmas Day, what things are happening on your Christmas Day that you would want to write down. Then we've got an invitation to write down, what do you want to remember? What do you want to remember about this particular season? And then a gratitude list. I always like to include something like that. So that has 10, a simple list of 10 things that you are thankful for this holiday season. And then we've got a few pages, just blank pages for maybe notes or other things that you may want to add in depending on how you're using this. And then there are also a few pages of stickers. So there is a green sticker sheet here, and these are the dates, or you have, there's a date spot here where you could stamp a date, or we have the days of December available on here. And this is both in green and red. So these are both sticker sheets. And then there is a sticker sheet that is a word and phrase sticker sheet, or there are actually little numbers here. You can see those as well that go from 1 through 31 that you could add on to one of those calendar pages. And then one last sticker page that has some circles and banners and other fun little things that you might want to add into the journal itself. So that is a look at the brand new December Daily Journal. I'm really excited for people to get this. I think that this will be a different way for people to experience the season this year, maybe something new that you want to try that you haven't tried before, or maybe this year you just don't want to do the full crafty thing and that might not be in the cards for you. So this may be a way for you to experience the season and still get some of your stories told. So let me know if you have any questions. These are available to ship now. They started shipping if you've already ordered one, and I'm looking forward to hearing how you enjoy them and how you use them to document your season. And that will help us as we decide whether or not we're going to offer these again in the future, or what adjustments and changes we we may make as well. Thank you so much for listening and for checking it out, and I will have a link below for where you can purchase the December Daily Journal.